Have you ever wondered what the Bible really says about tithing? Is it only an Old Testament law? Does it still apply to believers today? And does God truly bless those who give? In this video, we will discover the clear biblical teaching on tithing, and we will connect it to the lives of two faithful men in Scripture, King David and Joseph. Their lives reveal powerful principles about honoring God with their resources, trusting Him in seasons of abundance and lack, and living under His provision. What is tithing in the Bible? The word tithe means 1/10. It is giving the first 10% of what we receive back to God. Malachi chapter 3 verse 10. Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, and see if I will not open the windows of heaven and pour out so much blessing. Tithing is not just about money. It is about honor, trust, and priority. When we tithe, we are saying, God comes first. God is my provider. Everything I have belongs to Him. And this truth is clearly seen in the life of David. King David was not just a king. He was a worshiper and giver. When David prepared to build the temple of God, he did not give leftovers. He gave generously from his own treasure. 1 Chronicles chapter 29 verse 3 says, "Because of my devotion to the temple of my God, I now give my personal treasures of gold and silver." David understood something powerful. Everything he owned came from God. Giving to God was an honor. True worship includes giving. 1 Chronicles chapter 29 verse 14. "But who am I, and who are my people, that we should be able to give as generously as this? Everything comes from you." This is the heart of tithing. Tithing is not losing money. It is returning to God what already belongs to Him. David's life teaches us, give willingly, give joyfully, give because God owns everything. Now let's see another powerful example, Joseph. Joseph is one of the greatest stewards in the Bible. He went from being a slave, to a prisoner, to the governor of Egypt. Why? Because he was faithful with what God placed in his hands. During 7 years of abundance, Joseph did something wise. He set aside a portion of the harvest. Genesis chapter 41 verses 34 to 36. Joseph advised Pharaoh to store grain during the years of plenty. This principle mirrors the heart of tithing, setting apart a portion for God. Recognizing provision comes from Him, preparing in faith and obedience. Later, during famine, Egypt had food, because Joseph honored stewardship principles. Joseph's life shows us, God blesses faithful managers. God entrusts resources to those who honor Him. Provision flows through obedience. Some people ask, is tithing only Old Testament? But the principle of giving to God existed before the law. Abraham tithed, Jacob tithed, David honored God with giving. And in the New Testament, Jesus affirmed tithing. Matthew chapter 23 verse 23. You should have practiced the latter, without neglecting the former. Jesus did not cancel giving. He purified the heart behind it. God connects tithing with blessing, not because He needs money, but because He wants our trust. David experienced God's abundant provision. Joseph experienced God's promotion and favor. Both men lived under this truth. God is the source. God is the owner. God is the provider. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 9 to 10. Honor the Lord with your wealth, then your barns will be filled. We tithe because we trust God, we honor God, we worship God, we acknowledge God owns all. Tithing is not pressure, it is privilege. It is saying, Lord, everything I have comes from you. So what does the Bible say about tithing? Through David, we learn to honor God with our giving. Through Joseph, we learn faithful stewardship. Through Scripture, we see that God blesses those who trust Him. Tithing is not about loss, it is about alignment with God's provision. When we put God first, everything else falls into place. Remember, God is not after your money, He is after your heart. God bless you. If this teaching blessed you, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel so more people can learn God's way of provision and giving.